lady said she was helping her husband get ready to go meet his side chick. She was ironing his clothes for the weekend, knowing he was about to go meet his side chicks. And what was throwing me off about the clip is that Mans is sitting right there giving ad-libs, talking about, right. She's saying how this man used to call her out her name, telling her he hates her, he will never love her, you know, he regrets marrying her. And her response was, you will love me one day. We will have a good marriage one day. Okay. And then, you know, I saw the clip and I was like, I feel like they probably spliced this together. We're not getting the real picture. You feel me? So I'm trying to hold my full thought until I watch the whole Dear Wifey podcast. But I started watching it before I went out today. And I was like, oh no, she was dead ass. Because what do you mean he was an hour late for your wedding? And he's saying how he was having cold feet. And you're saying how you just knew he was going to show up. And you already accepted that when he was going to be in a marriage, he wasn't going to be faithful. But as long as you knew, it was okay. And you telling us that man told you did not know what did he say? You have no worth or something? I said, and you stayed in a marriage. Yeah, y'all different. Y'all different. But I'm going to watch it because I refuse to believe what I heard, but I feel like what I heard is what was true. But that's crazy.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today's video we're gonna be reacting to the Dear Wife podcast episode that recently had aired, that people are talking about, specifically this couple wearing that green thing right here. So this woman basically said that, yeah, I did iron my husband's shirt for him to go meet his side chick because the Lord whatever, right? So yeah, that's what we're gonna talk about today. Now before we go, if you've not subscribed to this channel, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button, put your post notification on so that you don't miss any time that I upload. Without further ado, let's just get into the video.
Well, before we got married, we dated in high school, and in high school I knew that I was number one, but I knew, well, when I met him, he told me, you're my starter, but I got other ones on the bench, and
What? The man told her that you are my starter, but I got other ones on the bench. And you thought that was cute? You thought that was cute? Why would you think that was cute?
And what else would you tell me, baby?
That you my point guard.
Yes.
And
that you love me.
But I like them.
Right. So I was in a relationship I was okay with that as long as I was first. Mm-hmm. And there's a reason for that. I want, the women to know out there. I didn't know Jesus. I didn't, know who I was. Would you say, babe, I had no value?
No, you had no value. You had no worth. You did not know who you were.
He said you didn't know your self-worth.
It's true. Like, I'm not, the man is not lying. This is like, oh my God, this is like a hard pill to swallow. But if you are a woman, that's why I love watching this high woman value thing, high woman thing. Not to, go attract any high-end man or whatever, but to just build myself as a woman. Because trust me, a man that sees you that you have no value, a man that sees you that you have nothing to bring, a man that sees you that, oh, this woman doesn't know herself enough, this woman doesn't know like what it takes to be a woman, the person is gonna use you. I am telling you, if you leave an inch for these men, they're gonna double it. They're gonna put extra splinters on it. They're gonna make sure you look so, when they're done with you, even a homeless person is not gonna find you interesting. I am telling you, you need to run away from people. And when somebody tells you something, you don't have to wait for them to tell you twice. So that's what I hate, when people are like, oh, I'm waiting for closure. What closure are you waiting for? The closure was she telling you that I'm done with you. The closure was him telling you that it's over. The closure was you finding out he was cheating on you. The closure was that. There is nothing to find closure about again. And you are here. Do you know, these are whole pastors. These are pastors that they sit on an altar and preach to audience. They preach to these people. Now if you have somebody like this as a pastor's wife, or like how we call it, Sofo Mami, that you go and tell, oh, pastor wife, my husband is beating me, my husband doesn't take care of the kids, my husband doesn't help me. Because the woman doesn't know herself, because the woman is also going through the same thing, she's actually her own side chick in her own marriage. She's gonna tell you that, oh, it's okay, God will do it, God will do it. Every day God will do it. We are the strongest army in God's army. We are the strongest. We are the forefront. We are fighting demons for these men that themselves, they don't even care about. They don't even care. They will literally go anywhere. I've heard a man say that he doesn't care. He can sleep with a prostitute as long as he can get whatever he can get. As long as the deal is going to be done at the end. And you want to sleep with this man? You want to build a future with this person? Them themselves don't see future in them. Them themselves don't know what they're doing. Them themselves don't know anything. That's why it's so important to decenter yourself from men. You can be in a relationship and still decenter yourself. You can still be in a relationship and still find peace in yourself. You can still be in a relationship and actually love yourself enough to be like, yeah, I'm gone. Any little thing that you do to me, I'm gone. I'm not going to sit here for you to do all these things to me. This happens so many times. And to talk of these people being pastors, and like feeling free and saying it's okay doesn't sit right with me.
Right. And I'm 17.
Yeah, of
so
course.
I'm a teenager, and I was preconditioned to think this way because my mother divorced my father for infidelity, and I'd always thought if you could just forgive him, our family would stay together.
Oh, that's deep.
So that was not a deal breaker for me, as long as I knew about it. Now he knows if I found out about it, we'd have a problem.
But if he told you in advance, you'd be okay.
Yeah.
So if he said, hey, listen, tomorrow I got this little shorty lined up. I'm going to go run through and I'm going to smash it. I'll see you the next day.
Well, he would never say that.
It was usually after the fact.
Yeah.
Hey, I had a hiccup last night. Just heads up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A hiccup.
You were saying after the fact?
I'm not even being funny at this point. I go to this church. I've been very disobedient and I haven't been there. But they are my pastors. And I have to question their judgment. Because there is no way in hell that I would have went on that podcast and said the stuff that I said. I don't care how long they've been married. The sheer disrespect, and they are on her page and they are in her comment section, and I literally had to write on her wall, I was like, you need to turn your comments off expeditiously because it is only going to get worse. You are going viral for the wrong reason. That interview did not eat like you thought it did. It did not do what you thought it was going to do. Honey, there is nobody excited about y'all marriage or them 32 years but y'all. Because ain't no way. I go to that church and they be talking about like their history and things like that and stuff they overcame and things, and it's extremely uncomfortable. But honey, let me tell you something. Nothing was more uncomfortable than that interview. And there's people on her page right now telling her to stand up. That she deserves better. That may this love never find me. Turn your comments off, y'all. Because turn the church comments off. Turn their individual pages off. Turn their kids' pages off. Because they're going to come. And they have a lot to say. And rightfully so. For what you put out there. Y'all put y'all business out there. And it's not doing what y'all think it's going to do. And I go there. Jesus, that was just...
So this video was just a video from a church member, because like I said, these people are pastors. So this is a church member saying that this is what they go. And these are the people that will tell you, oh, I've been married for 30 years, I've been married for this years. And they'll be using their marriage as a point of contact to advise you. But then if this is how marriage is, I don't want to spend 30 years like this. I don't want to spend 30 years with a man that doesn't respect me. A man that have to go and tell me, yeah, I had a hiccup yesterday. What do you mean you had a hiccup? What is a hiccup? When I'm here with the kids, you had a hiccup. I don't have that chance to go have a hiccup, but you get the chance to go have a hiccup. Now, I do understand, because sometimes you get to the point like you're so fed up with the cheating that you're like, yeah, it doesn't even matter anymore. And you don't have to sit down to, I know, like, it's very, very painful. Like, this video I made today about this, Elizabeth situation where she divorced, she left her relationship after 4 kids, and people are like, after 4 kids, where are you going? This is the same thing. This is the same thing that we condition women to be like, yeah, you don't have to leave the relationship because you have children. And that's when the whole situation comes in. But after 34 years and your man is treating you like this, being okay to talk to you on a public place, on a public space, like you have no value, you didn't know yourself. These are the things that happen. These are the things that are gonna happen. And this creator is saying that they should turn off their comment. It doesn't matter whether they should turn off their comment section. I would never go to a church like this. I would never knowingly go to a church like this. Because if this is what they are teaching themselves, if this is the values that themselves that had, because even in the Bible, you're supposed to be, you come together as one. There's nowhere in the Bible that said cheating was okay. Like, there's nowhere in Bible, and you pastors have to know that. But then this is the thing you're putting out. This is the the message you're sending to your audience, your congregation, your church members, that yeah, I had a woman that had no value. The person that is leading you at church, women fellowship, youth, had no value. And that's why I keep going back to, if you don't know yourself well enough, you're gonna step into things to people that you think they know, but them themselves, they don't have any clue. They had no clue what they are doing to themselves at all. And you are gonna choke yourself with these people, you'll be going down with them too. Now, given that your own is also worse than their own, doesn't mean you have to stay in. You never have to stay in. There's so many options. There are people that are gonna treat you the well-deserved thing that you need. You don't have to stay in any relationship for any reason. The moment it's not serving you, you have to make sure you're going. And that's the reason why I don't get it when women leave a relationship. People become a single moms and they're being foughted at, like, oh, why did you open your legs? Why did you do that? The person was not like this, but this, what I'm looking at, the person have been like this for 17 years, and he keep telling you this, he keep telling you this, he keep telling you this, and you keep staying for 34 years. God only knows what they didn't say, and they are laughing on top of this whole thing. There's nothing funny about this. Absolutely nothing. Nothing is funny in this situation whereby you are telling the public that your wife had no value, and you iron the man's shirt to go see his side chick, and you will be okay if you knew that he was cheating on you. Why will you be okay? Why don't you say, okay, stop it, or I'm leaving? Give an ultimatum, give something to make this man change. And if he doesn't change, why don't you leave? Why is it that some women want to stay inside marriage so much to the extent that they themselves forgot common sense? That if you are here for 5 years and it keeps still happening, it's gonna still happen in 10 years. It doesn't matter how long you want to stay with this man is not gonna change at all. Like, why don't we get that? Like, I don't know whether it's because we were not trained, like, and especially like we Africans, like myself, anytime that you're in a relationship that it's slightly going well for you, they're gonna use the back. And like I always say, there are some things you can take, trust me. I know, and nobody have a perfect relationship. I'm not saying that I have a perfect relationship, but there are some things you can take and there are some things you cannot take. So being disrespected like this, I have to count to the things you cannot take. Now, given that they didn't pick up for themselves, they didn't wash their dishes, they didn't wash their clothes, it's minor things. You can just overlook it. But cheating, abusive, emotional, physical, financial, being disgraced, or like, telling you they don't really love you that much, they need you for something, and all these things, like so many stuff that they sell to you themselves, and they mean it. It's not like you don't know they mean it. They mean it by full chest that what they say, they mean it. But then you're still gonna stay in the relationship for what reason? Like, why? What at all? There's nothing in for you at the long run. So why are you still inside a relationship that you're not being respected? You're not being protected. Your priority or your dignity is not being looked after. just because you want to keep the last name, just because you want to keep the Mrs. whatever, Mrs. whatever. Some women are so, conditioned to be married because, like she said, because her mother divorced her father for infidelity, she thought that the idea of their father staying together would have kept their family together. And sometimes when you're raised in a single household, you think the same too, because you're like, yeah, if my father was here, if my mother was here, if I had both parents here, maybe this doesn't happen. But then I have a different perspective, that it's better to have a healthy single home than having both toxic homes. Like when you're both in a house with both parents and a toxic, both parents cannot like even decide on where your life is supposed to go, the direction they're supposed to take their children. Is way worse compared to having a healthy single mother or a healthy single father who is going to put your needs at first and then put your well-being at first. Trust me, unless you're in that shoe, you'll never understand what I'm saying. It's very bad being a both home toxic relationship household. Like, it doesn't matter. People are like, yeah, I don't really know all these things. You have to experience it, and the children know. Children see it and they're like, yeah, I wish this people would just divorce so that we can have peace in this house for one day. They talk about it, especially if they are grown, because you're not gonna be happy in that house. Trust me, you're not. Today this one is quarreling, today this one is bringing their mistakes, and then later on they'll make you, the children, have to fight their battles for them, try to convince you that the other person is not good. We have to choose ourselves as women, and we society also have to accept that some men are shit and we're supposed to leave that marriage. Look at what happened to Anna, this thing, what Obama did to his ex-wife. Condemned her, used her to a point of breaking. If she's not strong enough to come back, she may never come back. Some women never come back from that. Guys, that's all I have for you today on this topic. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. As always, make sure you keep your comment respectful. We can always agree to disagree. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next one.